Hi, my name's Sam. I am a veterinarian in Perth, Western Australia, and today I'm going to share with you my favourite green inks that I've been using in 2025. I've got 6 of them. I'm going to do a sample of each one. So first of all, I'll tell you a little bit about the ink, then we'll do a writing sample, have another chat about the next ink, writing sample, and we'll go through 6. I'm leaving my favourite till last just because I think it's just so beautiful. All the others are gorgeous as well. So my green inks from 2025. I think there's a slightly tealy bluey one that I've kind of snuck in, but I think it still qualifies as a green. So first one I'm going to start with is Lamy. You've got to love Lamy ink. You can get them almost anywhere, Officeworks. I imagine in America you get them in Walmart, get them almost anywhere. But Lamy, Peridot, this is a great ink. This ink sort of saturates really well to a dark green, but writes relatively bright green when you write with it. It's quite a wet ink. Once you've kind of laid it down, even with a fairly fine nib, you'll find that you get a nice ink trail. I love Lamy inks. I love these Lamy ink bottles. They've got a nice wide opening. You can fit your king of pens. You can fit any pen in there. The shape of the bottle is reminiscent of the grip of the Lamy Safari. These inks write really well in almost any pen. I'd be happy to put Lamy ink in any pen of mine. This ink sets down with a fine pen, really quite greenish, like very tree green, jungle green. And then once you have thicker bits of loops, if you're using a slightly thicker pen, you'll find you get some beautiful shading in there. So this was the first green ink I ever bought. I really like it. Quite dark. It's really emerald green with real jewel tones to it. It's actually really nice to write with, and it does get a nice bit of shading going, as you can see. So just give you a writing demo with the dip pen. This is the Lamy. Lamy Peridot. Well, I've got plenty of ink now. That's great. Just grab some from there. Maybe glass dip pens might not be the best for these types of bottles. Anyway, that's the Lamy Peridot. Now I have the Diamine Soft Mint. Now I've only got a small bottle of this because I bought it to go with a pen that I bought, the TWSBI Eco, that was soft mint green as well. I love the ink. I absolutely hate the pen. I don't know if it's because it's got an extra fine and I'm not really a fan, but I'm not a TWSBI Eco fan. Anyway, this is the ink, small bottle from Diamine, so very small opening. Definitely going to have to use an eyedropper or a blunt needled syringe to fill. This color is absolutely gorgeous though. I don't know if I would call it mint. It writes quite light if you're just writing with an extra fine or a fine, probably a little too light for my liking for an extra fine. But if you use something a little thicker, a medium or even a broad, it just gives this beautiful shading. So I'll give you a writing demonstration of that. So we have Diamine Soft Mint. Now this is a really nice ink. I bought it to put in a TWSBI Eco that surprised me because it's actually more of a tealy colour, which I really like. Not always a fan of like huge bright green, though they've got their place. I'm probably the only person in the world that doesn't like the TWSBI Eco. Sitting on the glass dip pen. It's a brilliant coloured ink though. I really love it. This next one, what a surprise. It is Green Bamboo from Jinhao. The Jinhao inks have been such a surprise. I totally didn't expect to love them. I was a bit of a purist and wanted to only use Waterman or Parker inks, but again, the beautiful bottle, the thick glass so that you can tip and see the colour of it. I love, they're so sturdy, nice wide opening, ribbing down the side, very much like a Mont Blanc bottle that everyone seems to love, and the Faber-Castell bottles, Grafon Faber-Castell. So this is a beautiful green that's got like the yellows from a bamboo in it. So it does write very light with a fine, but if you're using maybe an extra fine, if you're using something a bit thicker, it really does lay down some quite nice sheeny shadings. Although it's not a sheeny ink, you kind of do get these different colours caught up in the loops and the upstrokes and downstrokes. So this is a really nice ink, and I'm going to give you a writing sample now. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is going to be my Jinhao Green. Again, the bottle's just delightful. Nice big cap, kind of high-end looking. Reminds me of the Mont Blanc ink bottle finish. Comes with a good little rubber stopper. Let's see how this one's going to perform for us. Not very saturated, but it's really got some lovely yellows coming through. And that's actually an absolutely surprisingly gorgeous ink as well. You have to be happy with that. I really like that. I am a bit more of a blue-green sort of person. I don't know if that's because I live on the coast and I'm surrounded by blue skies and beautiful coast in Western Australia. So let's have a bit of a look. This is the Jinhao Green, just called Green. It writes beautifully. Get a little bit of shading going on. Yep, that one's a definite yes please. That one's really, really nice. In fact, I think I should consider using that a bit more, because I'm loving the way the blue's developing and the yellow's developing in there. Lots of nice underlying colours. Well, here's another J. Herbin that always seemed to make it into my ink selection. So this is the Vert Réséda, and it's quite a bluey green, almost like a aquamarine green. Again, the J. Herbin bottle's nice wide opening, but quite short and squat, but plenty of glass so that you can see the colour of the ink through it. Pen rest on top. You can just tip it if you need to, I guess, or fill with a syringe and blunt needle. But this is, oh, it's such a beautiful bluey green. It's really nice. I'll show you a writing sample. Right, next on my list is J. Herbin Vert Réséda. Now, like all the J. Herbin bottles this size, there's a little pen rest there. Again, the opening's a little bit small and it's quite a squat little bottle, so it's probably going to give us problems as well. So I'll just pop this one in. It's very similar to the blue column, although when it writes, it's definitely a lot more green, because I've had these both in Pelican pens with roughly with the same nib, and written one entry in my diary from one day and then another for another day, and they're amazingly different. So this is okay, I'll start again. J. Herbin Vert Réséda. It's really nice and green. It's a lovely ink as well. Okay, and of course a Pilot Iroshizuku, and this is Sui-gyoku. Again, the Pilot bottles are just gorgeous. They look like a perfume bottle. They've got the little dip for the nib of your fountain pen so you can fill it right to the end. So much glass, so sturdy. The color of the ink you can see through very easily. Nice wide opening at the top, decorated like a gift. And this green ink, it looks kind of weird on the thing, but once you get it on the paper, it writes with such a beautiful color. Slight blue tinge to it, almost like an emerald green, but toned down, not so dark. I'll give you a writing sample and you can decide for yourself. Now we have our Sui-gyoku. Just see, I don't know, can you get the light coming through this? Beautiful ink from Pilot, all the usual lovelies with the bottle with the little dent in the bottom to be able to dip your nib in just that little bit further for filling. Oh, this color, how could you not love it? This color is just like chef's kiss. See, they're all so different. Maybe the Diamine Soft Mint looks very much like the Vert Réséda, but I tell you, when you're writing with them, they're completely different. The Soft Mint seems to have a bit more of a yellow cast to it, and the Vert Réséda seems to have a bit more of a blue cast to it. But this is our Sui-gyoku, which actually writes quite green when I'm using it on my paper, but maybe I'm using it on cream paper rather than bright white. So this is Pilot, Iroshizuku, Sui-gyoku. I'll just get a little more ink so you can see. It's really nice as well. It's just beautiful. And I know it's going to look similar to all those others, but those of you who love ink, you know that a blue's not a blue and a green's not a green. It's the subtleties that really matter. Okay, another Lamy. I just love Lamy inks. I love all inks, but I love this particular ink. This has got to be one of my favorites, and it was probably one of the first ones that I bought. It's a Lamy Amazonite. It doesn't look like much in the bottle, I gotta say. Again, with that safari style grip, beautiful wide opening, nice thick glass, so it's really stable, but also just allows you to see the color of the ink through all that glass. Well, I won't take the lid off. This ink is almost like a peacock teal with green. It's just beautiful. It writes looking slightly bluish green with a fine or extra fine, and then with loops or with a thicker nib, you tend to get that real dark ocean green blue coming in. I have been to the Amazon. I don't know that I think the Amazon is this color. It's more muddy brown, so maybe it refers to some of the trees rather than the actual river. So Amazonite, I really like it. I'm going to give you a writing sample now. This is my favorite. This is Lamy Amazonite, and it looks blue in the bottle, but it actually it does look blue, doesn't it? But it actually writes like a green when I have it on my cream paper. All right, so we've got a blue in the green inks thing. That's okay. It's kind of a teal. This is more like a tealy kind of mix. So let's dip him. Again, the bottle's a bit shallow. Come over here, we'll just dip him. And it's, whoopsie. Just get rid of that. Lamy. Amazonite. I love this color. It's really, really nice. I'm surprised at how blue it looks on this paper with this lighting. But for me, it's a green. Let me know which of these green inks you like the best, and if you've got suggestions for a green ink that I might like better, please let me know. I'd love you to like and subscribe. I've really enjoyed sharing my favourite green inks of 2025 with you, and hopefully we'll have some more to share down the track. So thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll see you again. So that's it. That's my top 6 greenish teal inks for 2025 and what I've been using. I bet the Jinhao Green's a surprise to you with that beautiful yellow coming through, and hopefully you love some of the others. The Diamine Soft Mint is really beautiful, and the Lamy Peridot is also gorgeous, but my fave, this one for sure. So thanks for looking at my inks. Thanks for listening to me. Tell me which green ink you love. I know everybody loves the Mont Blanc Irish Moss. I haven't got around to getting that. These are the greens that I really love at the moment.
Mm-hmm.